Hello. Welcome to another lesson. This is going to be a lesson for 14th of April. That's going to be a Tuesday. I hope the previous lesson was clear for you. And for those who had asked the common question, how do we find the slope? Also, I had uploaded a video regarding that, how to find the slope. Anyhow, that part of the lesson will be more clear once we finish this lesson and we go back to geometry lesson 4 and 5. Now don't ask me why are we going back to geometry, because we did not do that 2 lessons. I kept it in case if there is time we'll do. So now we have enough time so we can complete it. So today we'll be starting the last lesson for algebra. That's going to be chapter 5 lesson 6, and then again we'll be meeting algebra in grade 8, not after that again. Okay, so this is going to be a same as the previous lesson which we did for solving systems of linear inequalities. The concept is the same, only the difference is you have inequality signs here. Okay, so this part, again, the lesson will be divided into 2 parts as usual. So today's part is not going to be a difficult one at all, because you just have to say okay, so here you just have to say the ordered pair is a solution of the given system or not. Remember, in that lesson it was written, tell whether the ordered pair is a solution of the given system. The question was the same, only difference here is this is for linear inequalities and that was for linear equations. So here the value of x and y is given. This is x, this is y, and these are the 2 inequalities given to you. Okay, so before we start solving, just watch the video and come back, because after watching the video the whole concept is going to be clear. You won't even need my explanation. So we'll just watch and then come back.
Okay, now suppose we have a system of inequalities. What I want us to take a look at now is how can we actually find solutions to systems of linear inequalities. Let's just start by asking, what does it mean to be a solution to a linear inequality? Well, let's take a look at this system right here. This is the system that says y is greater than or equal to x minus 3, and also y is strictly greater than negative x plus 2. And what I want to know is this point, 7, 5, in the solution set of this system of inequalities? Well, there's an easy way to check. We just take this point and see if it satisfies both of the inequalities. If so, then it's in. If not, then it's out. Okay, so let's try it. So I'm going to let in the first inequality y equal 5 and x equals 7. Let's see what we get. Well, on the left-hand side, I see 5. And the question is that greater than or equal to what I get on the right when I insert 7 for x? And so I see 7 minus 3. So I'm asking, is 5 greater than or equal to 4? And the answer is sure, of course. So yes, so this is good. We're not done yet. You might sort of want to dance and so forth. We don't know anything yet, because this point also has to satisfy the second. That's what it means to have a system of inequalities. We have 2. Okay, so let's check the second one. So again, I'm going to put 5 in for y and see if 5 is strictly greater than, well, negative 7 plus 2. So I'm asking, is 5 strictly greater than negative 5? And the answer is yes, it sure is. So since both inequalities in the system are satisfied at this point, then the point 7, 5 is indeed a solution to this system of linear inequalities. Let's try another one together. Okay, so this one, I want to know if 8, negative 4 is going to be a solution to this system of linear inequalities. So what do? Wherever I see a y, I'm going to insert negative 4. Wherever I see an x, I'm going to insert 8. And I'm going to see if, in fact, both these inequalities hold. All right, so in the first one, I see negative 4. And I want to know, is that less than or equal to negative 2 times 8? So I'm really asking, is negative 4 less than or equal to negative 16? Well, now, wait a minute. Negative 16 is a lot smaller than negative 4. So, in fact, the answer to this is no. This is not true. And so I don't even have to go on to the next inequality. I see that this point doesn't even satisfy the first inequality. Therefore, it can't satisfy both simultaneously. So this point is actually not a solution to the system of linear inequalities. Of course, just like all the other issues we've been seeing, checking to see if a particular point is a solution or not is not a big deal. The more interesting question is, how do you find all the solutions? Because there are going to be a lot. And again, it turns out the secret is going to be to try to visualize the solutions. So we'll take a look at that.
Okay, so we'll be taking a look at that tomorrow, because I don't want you to get confused with all what's going on in the lessons. So we will look at those tomorrow, but for today we'll of course have to stick with what the video was about. So tell whether the ordered pair is a solution of the given system. All what you need to do is identify the value of x and the value of y, and then substitute back in the inequality, and then find out the inequality is true or not. So as usual, the value of x is this and the value of y is given to be as 1. So x is 2, y is 1. So first let's check with the first inequality. That's y is less than or less than negative x plus 4. So y is 1, so we put 1 here. X is 2, so that's negative 2, because in the inequality there is negative. So negative 2 plus 4. So negative 2 plus 4 will give you a 2. So 1 is less than 2, which means the ordered pair for this inequality is correct. Now, if it is correct, okay, you must surely check the next one too. If the first one is correct, you must check the next one. So the same ordered pair you will put in y is less than or equal to x plus 1. So y is 1, x is 2 plus 1, which is 3. So y1 is of course less than or equal to 3. It's not equal to, but it is less than 3. So which means this inequality is also right, which means 2, 1 is a solution to the system. Okay, now the next question is about 2 and 0, which means y is greater or equal to 2x. So in place of y, you will put 0. In place of x, you will put 2. So that means 2 multiply 2. Now, is 0 greater or equal to 4? 0 is not greater than 4, and neither is it equal to 4. So which means this inequality does not satisfy this ordered pair. So the first one itself is wrong. Okay, so when the first one itself is wrong, there is no point in going and checking for the other one. You have to check for the other one only if the first one is correct to see the other one is also correct. If the first one itself does not satisfy the inequality, then what's the point in checking the other one? So you just say it is not a solution to the system. That's all. Okay, so let's solve this question together. That's 0, 1. So the value of x is 0 and the value of y is 1. All what we are going to do is in this inequality, we will put the values there. So I'm solving this for the first inequality, which is y is less than negative 3x plus 2. This for this inequality. So y, which is 1, is less than negative 3 multiplied by x is 0. So that's basically a 0 plus 2. So 1 should be less than negative 3. 0 is 0. So 0 plus 2 is going to give you a 2. Is 1 less than 2? Of course, yes. So which means this one is correct. Okay, so for this inequality, the answer is correct. Let's check now. I have told you if for the first one it's okay, go and check the next one. So for the next one, it is y is less than or greater than or equal to. Just let me get the sign. Okay, so the next inequality says y is greater than x minus 1. So the value we are going to use is going to be the same. So y is 1, which should be greater than or equal to x. The value of x is 0. So 0 minus 1. Now, 1, how much is 0 minus 1? 0 minus 1 is going to give you negative 1, right? So 1 is of course greater than negative 1, which means this part of our equation is correct as of our inequality is correct as well. So when both the inequalities are satisfying the same point, you just have to say it is a solution, or just simply make it easy for you. Just say just say yes, it is a solution. Okay, so let's move on to the questions and let's start doing them. Anyhow, it's not a difficult lesson at all for you. It's a very easy one, today's lesson. Only tomorrow again we have to start graphing. That's why I did not want to bring the graphing part in this in today's lesson. So we will graph tomorrow. Now tell whether the ordered pair is a solution of the given system. All what you need to do is substitute these values and find out and say yes or no. So start doing. I'll give you 2 minutes and then let's discuss the answers together. Okay, I know most of you would have, of course, forwarded the lesson video and came here just to check the answer. Okay, so let's see. First, let me satisfy this inequality and check whether the given ordered pair is a solution or not. So first, I'm going to be checking the first one. So that's y is less than negative x plus 3. Okay, so y is 0 as so the next is negative 0 as well. So negative 0 is negative 0. So negative 0 is 0 plus 3. So 0 plus 3 is going to give you a 3. So which means 0 is of course less than 3. Okay, which means for this inequality our ordered pair is right. Now let's check for the other one, which is y is less than x plus 2. Now y is x less than x plus 2. I'm just doing it down here. So first always write the inequality so that it will be clear for us as well. X plus 2. Okay, so y is 0, which is less than x is 0 again. So 0 plus 2, which is again 2. So is 0 less than 2. Yeah. Why did I put the greater sign? Okay. Y is less than 2. Of course it is. So which means both the inequalities are satisfied by this ordered pair, which means we just say yes, it is a solution for the inequality. This is what you need to be doing. Okay, so I'll give you 2 more minutes. Do question number 4. Do question number 4 and then let's check the answer together. Okay, done. I don't think you even need 2 minutes to do this if you are fast enough in doing it. So let's see whether it satisfies this inequality or not. So y is greater than 3x, which means y is 0, right? So 0 is greater than 3 multiplied by x is 1. So 3 ones are 3. So 0 is 0 greater than 3. Is 0 greater than 3? Of course not. How can 0 be greater than 3? So which means it is the first inequality itself is wrong. It does not satisfy what we want. So when it doesn't satisfy what we want, the first one, how can we just waste the time by solving for the other one? So you say it is not a solution. This is why I said even 2 minutes are too much for this question. Okay. So let's move on to the other question, that is going to be question number 16. So solve question number 16 and then let's check the answer. Okay, hopefully you have done it, right? It's not 2 minutes, but I can understand it's a very easy one. So first, let's check for the first one whether the ordered pair is correct or not. So y is greater than negative x negative minus 1. So y is 0, right? 0 is greater than negative x means it's negative 0. And then negative 1. Now, negative 0, negative 1, that one, of course, will give you negative 1. So is 0 greater than negative 1? Of course, yes. So 0 is greater than negative 1. This inequality is correct. So let's check for this inequality now, which is y is less than, I'm checking for the other one, y is less than 2x plus 4. So which means y is 0, of course, should be less than 2 multiplied by x is 0 again, plus 4. Okay, so which means 0 is less than 2 zeros are 0, 0 plus 4 is 4. So 0 is less than 4. Is this inequality correct? Is 0 less than 4? Of course. We are not so stupid to not to know all these things. So 0 is less than 4, which means it is satisfying both the inequalities, which means it's going to be yes. Okay, so another question for you is question number 17. Start doing question number 17 and then let's discuss the answers. Okay, as all the questions, this is easy one too. So let's check the first equation, that's x plus y is less than 3. So x is 0 and y is 0 again. So 0 plus 0 should be less than 3. 0 plus 0 is 0 is less than 3. Is this inequality correct? Yes, it is. So if this is correct, of course, you need to check the other one just to make sure that the inequality is correct for the other one or not. Okay, so for the other one, that's going to be y is, hopefully the space is enough, y is greater than 3x minus 4. So that will be y is 0 again, greater than 3 multiplied by 0 minus 4. So 3 zeros are 0 and minus 4, so 0 minus 4 is 0 minus 4 is going to give you negative 4, right? 0 minus 4 is negative 4. So is 0 less than negative 4? Sorry, is 0 greater than negative 4? Of course, yes. So you just have to say yes, it is a solution. Just write somewhere yes. I cannot write it anywhere, so you have to write somewhere here yes. Okay, so just write yes. So this was your lesson for today. I know it was not at all a difficult lesson, and I think most of you wouldn't have even watched the full video. It was a very short lesson, but tomorrow, of course, we'll be needing the graph book again, because we'll be graphing and then telling me what are the solutions. So your homework, just do only 2 questions. That's going to be question 17. And wait, I'll show you the page that's no, I cannot open it now. So you'll be doing question number, okay, we just have these 2 questions only. nothing else. So you'll be doing only these two pages, questions, that is question number 17 and question number 3. So question number 3 and question number 17. We will do that, and then until I meet you tomorrow in the next video. Keep studying and take care of yourselves.